a divine plan designed to initiate restoration in all areas of your life. In order to access this restoration, you have to activate it by taking the necessary actions. This is Infinite Restorer, a ray of hope to the world. My mission is to point you to the restoration switch so that you can start your restoration process. Restoration is a promise given to all. So let there be light. Hello, and greetings to you all, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you are here for the first time, a big welcome. Happy to have you. And thanks for stopping by and hitting the like, subscribe, and share buttons. On this channel, I share restoration gems, which can help you improve the overall quality of your personal and professional life. Today, I have a really good one, and I am excited to share with you. So let's get right into the video. This season is all about restoration, and my video is entitled A Mindful Rethink, Part 1. Inspiring and motivating people to consciously think again about their ideas, plans, values, and mindset as it relates to life and living, in order to get a new perspective, make changes or improvements, helping you to retrospect and avoid making choices that don't serve you best. Here are a few things we need to understand. And the first thing is that every single person is a unique puzzle. And this puzzle is composed of pieces of personality, life experiences, their knowledge, their emotions, the divinity within them, which is their spiritual essence, and their mindset. Every individual has their own unique existence on the earth because of these factors. God did not make a mistake when He made you the way you are. He did not forget what He was doing, nor left something out when He made you. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I know you. Before you were born, I set you apart." So, my friends, we are all different in many ways. So the rethink here is about the way we judge others. So we have to be very careful about the way we judge others, because there are so many factors that makes the person the way they are. So we need to consider those factors. Rethink. Every person has their own perspective and worldview, and this is largely fluid by the way they have experienced and negotiate life and understand the world, and this journey through life leaves its mark on the person and shapes the way they interact with the world generally and with people. So because everyone have their own perspective on life, the rethink here is we have to be conscious of this when we interact with others if we want to have harmonious relationships. Do not expect another to behave like you. Think how dull the world would be if we were all exactly alike. Creation also shows us this. For example, in a garden, there are many flowers, but all have different colors. And that is what makes the garden beautiful. So our rethink also here is that we can all complement each other in some way. Instead of causing animosity because our different perspectives, let us see how we could work together to form harmonious relationships at work, at home, and at play. Remember, we are different and unique because of our personalities. And this was molded from the moment you were born up to this very moment. Every good and bad experience molded your personality that you have right now. Every triumph and failure, every moment of strength and weakness, every bit of knowledge and wisdom acquired, all this guide us how we move through the world. So the rethink here is that we have to have that wisdom and that discernment to understand where someone may be coming from and why their personality is different from ours by looking at the experiences that they have and what triumphs and or failures and what may be their strength and their weakness. So having wisdom is very, very good. For wisdom will guide our way through life. Proverbs 3:13 says, "Happy is the man who finds wisdom." For when we have wisdom, we are free from seeing and responding to situations of life according to our natural tendencies, which are influenced by our own emotions, our perceptions, and which may not lead us along the right understanding. With wisdom, we would be able to act only out of love, pure intentions, and not seeing our own benefit or comfort when we relate with others. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, as it will be given, and it will be given to him." So, the rethink here is that we must act with wisdom in all situations and have that clear discernment when we are dealing with others, because there are many, many factors that cause people to have the personality that they may be having, that may be totally different from us. Because to another person, to another, our personality would be different to them. The same way as we are viewing their personality different from ours, the same way they may see our personality different from theirs, because we're all unique in our own way. Remember, life experiences also molds us, especially our reactions to these experiences. Because our individual life experience are different and has an individualized reaction, we are shaped into the persons we are. Our experiences make us understand the world differently. For example, two people may be exposed to the same situation, yet each one will leave with their own opinion due to their unmatched life experience. So the rethink here goes on the appraisal theory. For the appraisal theory on emotion holds that it is the way a person interprets a situation rather than the situation itself that gives rise to one emotion rather than another emotion or no emotion at all. So if we encounter different reactions in persons, even though they may be all exposed to the same situation, we must remember that it is not the situation, or it is not even about you. It's about the other person's interpretation of the situation. And this you have no control over. So don't let it affect you. For one person sees the glass half empty, while the other sees the same glass half full. This is my last point in part 1 of Mindful Rethink, and it is: we will never know someone completely. Only God does. People deliver the message that they want to share with us, and we receive the message that we want to hear. The uniqueness of each individual creates the different understanding of the same concept, and this is the reason for misunderstanding. So it clearly shows that we interpret from other behavior or the way they show out themselves to us. We interpret it the way we interpret it, and it may not necessarily be the way that they intend us to interpret it. So that is where we find that a lot of misunderstanding comes about, and especially in relationships where we may get involved with someone, whether it's a personal or a business relationship, because of what they project to us. But in reality, that is not what they intend to do with us or for us in the relationship that we may form with them. So, knowing this, it's okay. It's not our fault that we don't know the person that we thought we knew pretty well. It's not our fault, because they show us one, as old people say, they show us one face, and we interpret it in that way, but it wasn't the real face they were showing us. So let us not be disappointed, but let us rethink this situation. When we encounter a situation like this, it is an experience for us to learn. It is an experience for us to grow from. It is an experience for us to sharpen our discernment so that such as experience would not happen to us again in the future. So let's not let hatred take us over. For Proverbs chapter 10 verse 12 says, hatred stirs up conflicts, but love covers all offenses. Galatians 6:4 says, but let everyone test his own work, and then his own reason to boast will be in himself alone and not in his neighbor. So we could only boast in ourselves, but not our neighbors. And the funny thing is that many of us do not even know ourselves. Because if we had known ourselves, we'd be able to understand others. And this is something that I have learned from my life experience and from looking within myself. Anytime I encounter a situation that does not go well for me, instead of me externalizing, I always internalize and look within myself. And oftentimes we find within ourselves that we have certain attitudes also that we project out, but truly it is not what we really intend to do. We may project that we love something about someone, or we love something that they're wearing because for our own ulterior motive, but then internally we don't like it. So we of our own selves have our own flaws also. So we have to be honest and introspect. So when we introspect now, we will be able to understand the dimensions from which others come from. And as we elevate our consciousness and we become more and more better in the way how we relate with others, then when persons or we see people behave in a certain way, we are able to discern what they may be coming from, what mindset they may be coming from. So Romans chapter 2:21 put it so beautiful. It says, you therefore who teach another, do you not teach yourself? You who preach that one shall not steal, do you steal? So we have to introspect. We have to go internal and search ourselves before we make any external judgments about others. And when we have this understanding, and when we be able to rethink these encounters, these situations, these attitudes that others may present with us, we will be able to have more meaningful and harmonious relationships one with each other. My friends, I thank you for watching. I hope you have received some value. Please don't forget to click the share, the like, and the subscribe buttons, and leave your comments so I can keep these videos coming. Do have a blessed day. Be blessed. Shalom. Thank you. Bye. And watch out for part 2 of this series, Mindful Rethink, coming up soon. Bye for now. Peace and love.